Neither Mr. Howard Leight nor Final Fit Safety are affiliated with or part of Honeywell, Honeywell Safety Products, or Howard Leight Hearing Protection by Honeywell. Honeywell's products carry their own separate trademark. Final Fit's products are separate and distinct from any products made and sold by those entities.
Excellent. Well, thank you
Do we look like a little bit of a company here?
You got your act together. You got products. There you go. Most people
Yeah,
I interview, man,
It does help.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I want to start with the big thing, because truly, when I stumbled onto you guys because a student of mine, I teach certified occupational safety specialist class, and a student mentioned something about like your I guess it was the hunting product first, with the headphones and the hunting headphones first, and then I was like, man, that's great. So then I started looking you up, and then all of a sudden, I've always heard the name. You're like Kleenex. Have you ever heard that? Where people are like thinking the headphones, and they're like how Kleenex is the facial tissue, and I'm hearing people Howard Leight, and I'm like, hold on, isn't that headphone? So when I was looking at it and I saw you guys had a biodegradable one, and I'm like Mr. Hippie, just trying really bad. So I hear biodegradable and I perk up, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, you did it again, sir. I mean, you did it again.
We like to be known more like, instead of biodegradable, it could be, petroleum, whatever they put stuff in it. We're virtually what we call plant-based, sustainable products. So don't like to go into the biodegradable too much. Just forget that word, because, we get it anyways. But I think people are, they're into certain foods. They're into all this the plant-based world now, sustainable products. So I don't get into that biodegradable stuff. Mm-hmm. It's too, is it? How long does it take? And you're getting unfocused. Well, does it take a month or a year? And then you're all caught up in some place you don't want to go. So we just talk about that it's plant-based.
Mm-hmm. And that makes a lot of sense, because I'm from the wastewater side, and we have been fighting with that term for flushable products, and we even had to create a flushability guideline just because of that. So I thoroughly understand that word. And then when you're thinking plant-based, that's even better, because if I'm right, is it sugar cane that you made a way of using it?
It's quite a formula we got there. It has a lot to do with sugar cane and coconut oils, and all these kind of sustainable materials. Bamboo is a big thing with us. So it's very, very technical materials that it's taken years to perfect, and now we've been able to turn it into a manufactured product. So yes, it could be so-called sugar cane or bamboo materials, other green materials. So it's just a combination of everything to be able to make a kind of like a foam earplug look-alike, in a way of speaking. But we get a lot of big benefits beside that, of an opportunity to create a better earplug, more comfortable, better fitting, easier.
Easier. Yes, sir. Like the pinch fit.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with that one? The pinch fit. I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah. Are we on already?
Yeah. I'm always on.
1, 2, 3.
I edit. Okay. Yeah, I'm always on. I just edit.
I got it. Well, I don't know. I was just tinkering around with earplugs for the last 20-something years, and it's always been a problem with rolling earplugs. A lot of people just never get it, and so one day I just said, "What the heck? When is to pinch the darn thing?" And that's all you got to do. But there was more to it than that. So what I ended up doing is creating a very new earplug called the Pinch Fit. And actually, I'm wearing it right around my neck at this time. I'll give you just an idea. I'm going to come up on the screen real close and give you a look at it. I think you can see it there.
Yeah,
Okay?
I can.
All right. So what it is, it has a little stem, green stem on it, and you merely pinch it, and that creates a very thin product to put in your ear. And then you just, since the ear canal is really not round, it's kind of an oblong little bit. So when you pinch it, you have an oblong shape, and in it goes. Real fits, real easy, fits quickly. And also, you know, it's kind of like reusable in the sense of the word, that it is can be worn again. Tell my family, they end up using these for sleeping, weeks, using it for weeks. Like, oh, get yourself a new pair at least, you know.
They know the source. They can just get it from you, you know.
they can just get it from me. And so what we've done is, again, created, by the way, when we talk about the plant-based material, the stem is plant-based, the cord is plant-based, and of course, all the materials in the foam material are plant-based. So we got totally the whole product is plant-based. Also, even the bag is plant-based material.
Oh, nice.
And so we've taken it that far that, you know, the bag is not just another one that goes into the landfills. It actually is made from plants itself. So
and
what we've done,
360 cycle.
I'm kind of like hooked on the pinch fit myself, because
I love it.
if I go shooting, or it's so easy to fit in your ear, and I just love it that way. So what we did is we have our box that we sell it. Everything goes in industrial. This will be a box of 200, and on the corded type we put, it'll be 50 in here, as 100. And on the back are all the fitting instructions up here, with all the technical things, the different languages, how to fit it and things like that. Also, we talk about the noise reduction ratings, and we have an SNR, that's for Europe. So we have a European decibel protection of 38.
Okay.
And in the USA, we have 32.
Excellent.
You can see that a little bit. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
see the 32 on there. So that's all, and with all the special frequencies, how it works. And these are all requirements on boxes. So that's all. Oh, by the way, one more thing.
Yeah.
If you're looking into the right-hand corner right here.
Oh, yeah. You're certified
USDA
bio-based product.
Certified 100.
82, I think.
USDA certified bio-based product.
That is
there
awesome.
In the corner. So we have that certification from the government. So we're 100%, you know, following all the rules and regulations for plant-based products. You know, a lot of companies like to show the government or the entities that they're involved with, that they're slowly going to the green side of their industry.
Yeah.
So there may not be a financial benefit, but I think there's a very good human benefit, because all we're trying to do is prevent climate change, and that's really big area. And that's what we're looking at as a company, is that we're making products that don't affect the climate, and that's what Pinch Fit does right there.
Excellent.
Any other?
Yeah, actually,
like?
yeah. Thank you. You had a whole bunch going through my mind. So was this a passion project, meaning that not when people go environmental and they start switching one product to the next, and sustainability sometimes loses its credibility as a word. But to me, it seems like you guys are planning that out. Was there a driver? Was there a lifestyle change that said you could improve on this, or was it just an opportunity that presented itself to you?
Well, I would say it's an opportunity. One of the things, I haven't been in this industry for many years, and I'm always around the house. I'm tinkering with earplugs or earmuffs. It's just been my life's passion. And I've developed a lot of companies. I've sold them off. And I said, just got to get back into this a little bit. And I decided that the only way I can get back into it is actually to build equipment to make earplugs. So we spent the last year and a half getting some equipment that could work. And at the same time, I was thinking, that's not going to make the same earplugs as Chinese make and everybody around the world. I got to come up with something that is not going to harm the climate, because everything's climate change and the earth. And so we started to research, and our research ran into the materials, and we were able to put the materials together. And then because we have our own equipment, we are ready to make all the changes we need to make this work, because otherwise it's just like another piece of foam that gets out there they use for cleaning dishes or whatever. But this has to be very clean, and dermatological things have to be looked at, that the skin doesn't have any problems with it, which we passed all of those things.
All right.
And so I just worked on it so hard, and then I created the stem and this and that. And I thought, a fantastic product. Here we go.
Do you have like a garage or a lab or something in a part of the house that no one could touch? It's like got like a nice little do not cross, and it's all locked away, and that's your mad scientist lab.
Well, I kind of used one of my like big bar area. And it's funny because sometimes I have earplugs piled up all over the place. Then I'll come back in the afternoon, it's all nice and clean. What happened? And everything got put away in a closet. So I have to start over again. But in the meantime, you work it out. It's especially with the COVID situation, everything was working from home. But now we actually have a factory. So we have our quality control there, and I do quality control there myself. I do hands-on all the way. Every single time I get samples, put them aside, and test them out myself to make sure they're perfect. Just wanted to quickly go over one of our other products.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that one of our other products is called the BioSoft earplug.
Oh yeah. Those are the ones without the little handle, right? Those are the ones that
we still have to offer a product that that is pretty much like is the biggest product in the world right now. So we want to introduce our pinch fit earplug, but as you know, the standard earplug in the world for the last 40 years is the regular your regular, roll down earplug. You roll it down. So what we did is we took the materials and started to work on it to create a compressible roll down earplug as well, to make it available. So this is what we've done.
Excellent.
And what we've done is we like to use a very clean white and green color mixture that it kind of signifies the cleanliness to the climate that we're looking for.
Okay. Because I was wondering about that, because didn't you went an extra step and patented the actual color scheme?
Originally, many years ago, that's true, and we have a lot of products from that I've sold off to other companies that are different colors than what I'm using, but we wanted to get back to the green, and that's what we've done with this one here. You can see it's all that green and white colors that we want to have there. And
Yeah.
again, it just, pardon my fingers here, but it rolls up very nice, and it comes back slow enough to be able to get in your ear very, very nicely. And the attenuation is very, very good. So again, the fitting is easy, and another bio-based material. The cord is all plant-based as well.
Yeah.
One of the advantages of our plant-based cord is that when you take it out of the bag, it doesn't look like that.
Oh, yes.
See, people they get the corded earplug and they ended up with this around their neck.
Oh, that brings back the days right there.
And here they are trying to get a product, and it ends up not quite, doing what you want around the neck, as you can see. But
Yeah.
our plant-based material just seems to, it goes nice and flat right out of the bag.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of one of those unforeseen advantages.
Well, it's the details, because think of the operator who has to, as soon as they get out the hearing noise area, they're just going to go ahead and plug that in. And when they get past the sign that says, hearing protection is okay, or take off, and that's the first thing they're going to do is just take them off. So that's one of the things that always annoyed me, was the way they rolled up, and it just feels untidy on your neck. And maybe that's me being ADD, but it just felt that way.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. But what we're trying to do here is, let's get back to the basics. The basics is hearing protection. And that's where everything, let's get back to real why.
Yeah.
Why are we wearing earplugs? It's because whether they're plant-based or whatever, you got to have protection. If you don't have the protection, you're going to get a hearing loss, even though you're wearing earplugs.
Yeah.
So our motto, and what we're trying to do with this company, is create a product that fits in the ear absolutely the best way we can to get repeatability in hearing protection. And all of our boxes, they all talk about NRR. Again, this is one of the highest rated earplugs in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you get up into the 30s, I'll talk about that, 30 decibels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody goes, what does that mean? NR 30,
noise reduction rating,
32. Yeah. We happen to be a 32 with this noise reduction rating. It's kind of like you take 100 dB and minus it 32, and that's where you're at. So you get in the 70s, hopefully.
And then you need the second hearing, and then it's not a two. I always have to make sure everyone knows that when they put on the earmuffs and the earplugs, that it's not, if it's 32 plus 32. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's not giving you 64 decibels reduction rating.
You know why that is? I think I've kind of like got an idea.
You might. I think you might. You might be qualified.
Well, it comes to mind that, the sound's going to go right through your head. It's going to hit your bones and it's going to reverberate, So there's only so much sound attenuation that you're going to be able to give the body without it going reverberating right through the skull. So that's why you don't get, like 60 dB. It just doesn't happen, because it will work its way into your hearing system.
Yeah. Did you, like with the whole hearing conservation program, when that was coming in with OSHA at the time, probably you may have been with Honeywell, or maybe just sold the first time to I believe the initial company that ended up selling to the next one. Were you involved in the hearing conservation as part of, maybe if I go back into the preamble of OSHA, I might find your name in one of those meetings or the stakeholder meetings?
Yeah, we of course the scientific way of hearing protection came around through the government. They were trying to years and years ago, all we had to do was put out a chart, NR, not NR, but just where we are, where the sound level is, and there's a difference. Or you just put them in and you could hear, hey, those work pretty good. And then the powers to be came out and came up with this, you might say, scientific way to rate the hearing protection you get out of an earplug or an ear muff or something like that. But years and years ago, because it wasn't that even there when I first started, that it came out and we had to start, adjusting ourselves to get these tests done. And they were very, very hard to do. They're still hard to do today. And you have to have a qualified laboratory that can do this type of testing.
Wow. Now, truly, with that whole, the hearing conservation, the program, how OSHA works, and seeing the action level is 85, and then at the 90 decibels, you got to do something. A lot of people, they get so confused with following the charts and looking, even with the audiometric testing. There's people, they're driving their motorcycles to those things, or they're, the day before they go to a concert, and all of a sudden, they're showing up for the hearing test. What do you say about how damaging is that to your function there when you're doing the hearing test?
Well, we've all been to concerts, and probably the sound level is 110 dB. And the worst part about it, it's a lot of low frequencies, and you can feel it right into your body, the pounding of the sound of low frequencies. It just goes right through you. And in my years in the Army, they didn't even provide hearing protection. Fortunately, my dad was making hearing protection, so I grabbed a bunch of them and I went off to, you might say, shooting cannons and all kinds of stuff. So I had a good pair of earplugs from my father. So the other environments that people get exposed to, of course, motorcycles or music or whatever of that sort of thing is going to add on to what you do in your workplace. Of course, the workplace is you might say, it's all managed by the insurance companies.
Yeah.
All the companies know that they have to protect their hearing because they don't want to get to legal problems with working people. So they try, as you know, in business companies, it's hand protection, it's respirator protection, it's head protection, and all that sort of thing. And it's funny, after work and I go home, they're not even concentrating on this.
I'm a drummer. I know that. I'm banging away without any hearing protection.
Well, a lot of drummers wear earmuffs,
I know. So, I wish I did that earlier. I was playing in the 70s and 80s. Now I'm like, come on, I got to get this back.
So we, as you know, a lot of ringing in the ear, you get tinnitus, but too much sound and noise. But getting back to hearing protection, that's all I did my whole life virtually. And I really believed in it. And of course, we had some of our people out at the Formula One races. That's really the fancy high-end area. And noise level was 110 dB for just one car going by. So one of my sons was out there and he virtually ran out of all his earplugs he took with him because everybody was like, I gotta have earplugs. Oh my God, So
that is so good.
There's so much noise pollution today. It's just it's just amazing. But we're doing our job at Final Fit Company.
I love the name too, because the Final Fit seems to me that you're suggesting that once you get this brand, this is it. And if it's this sustainable, even the name is right. And I'm working in industries and I'm seeing clients and I'm thinking this when I first saw the product. I'm thinking I could seriously suggest this to a client, and then I now can feel like I'm doing just a little part for the environment myself.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I kind of think that just by telling
Yeah.
someone, hey, I know something sustainable, go here and buy these earplugs, I kind of feel like, I'm helping,
Yeah. I think we all are trying to do what we can. And, you know, I mean, I was one of the first ones that went out and got an electric car.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have one now, and that's all I ever buy again. It's not because the gas prices, because it's so it's like learning to drive all over again, and you're having so much fun. And this car does make a sound, and you just plug in at night in your garage. So when it comes down to hearing protection, it's kind of the same thing. We want to be friendly to the earth and helpful to the worker or the human to protect his hearing.
Yeah. I had another question, or actually two. And again, Jason could always send me something in the chat and help me out. But my listeners are going to be those who are like me. They're consultants. They're trying to get out there. They want to make sure that that first, I teach them the business of being a consultant. What does it take? And one of the things I always look for people who took the plunge is when there's a bunch of places in your life when you need to choose you. And I'm imagining somewhere along the line, especially when you're new in this, so when you're like, all right, I could do this myself, or I need to branch out, or I'm ready to release this and sell it off. How do you make that decision when it's time to let someone else take over your baby? How did that go?
Sometimes I look back and I say, why did I do that? It was kind of my life's blood. And I think when you're going back, I mean, it's quite a long time ago. It's almost 20 years. So when you go back then, and somebody plops a big number in front of you, and you go, I don't know how long this is going to last, my products, business. And you kind of go all through this kind of stuff. And I just made that decision, good, bad, or indifferent. And a new company took over. And so that's okay. I went off and did my retirement stuff and did a whole bunch of things in my life I wanted to do. And I had plenty of time now to do it.
Yeah, you own a winery, so
like,
you did some real good stuff. I'm in with the winery.
Yeah, I did a lot of good stuff, and some of it wasn't too good. But I ended up in the drink over here in Coronado in the San Diego Bay one day in an airplane. So some of the things were like, oh, bro, I do that. Don't want to do that again. But then here I'm back again. I'm having fun. I think I really enjoy the hearing protection business, and I really like to be a part of it. And this new sustainable plant-based material, and for the company Final Fit. And I have some great people who are associated with me that are just a great engineer. Tom Wagner was just an amazing guy. I had him way back with the original company. And Jason Call, he's an incredible person who really understands safety products and
he really is good.
He's really good, and he's really bringing me along into this you might social media world, and which is
I don't know. Do you want to go along in that world, sir? That world is tricky. I'm not too fan of that world sometimes.
I know, but you learn it, you move into it. We have my winery company. We're doing very, very well with we're online with that. And if anybody want to know, that's Malibu Rocky Oaks out in Malibu, California. We produce Chardonnay and red wines of all kinds. So, and that was been a lot of fun, a good passion there.
That's excellent. I tell people truly, whenever they're trying to figure out, do I leave my business to take a chance on myself, to start something myself? I say, all right, make a list of everything you can monetize, make a list of things that you like, make a list of things of hobbies, and then just do it. Find a way of doing it. And you got the winery and all the other businesses, and you're what 150 plus patents. That mind, you got to do something.
Yeah, you got to do something, and I'm glad I introduced new products that they are patentable, and that the Pinch Fit was patentable. The plant-based material was patentable. There was just a lot of areas that were into the new products, and the most important thing is to prevent hearing loss, and that's right now. That's this business, and we don't want to have people losing their hearing and all going, "What'd you say?" Things like
Yeah.
that. We really want to help them out, and I think hearing protection is really vital part of the industry. And we want to make it fun for people.
Yeah.
We want to have people when they wear it. Hey, what do you got around your neck? Oh, this is hearing. Oh, really? We
I'm
try to
telling
bring
you,
it out.
you need Snoop Dogg as a spokesperson. Hold on, where's Malibu? Is that what part of Cali? I don't know. Is that south?
Malibu is in California. It's on the West Coast. It's just outside of Los Angeles, about 20 miles to the north.
Okay, that's
And
close.
yeah, it's the mountains right there. And it's a very good. They do produce some nice wines way back in the mountains, and that's where I have a place. It's about 3,000 feet up in the mountains, and
Yeah.
it produces great wine. So
Well, the reason
that's
why I
been
said him in particular was because he actually is a plant-based guy. I mean, as much as he can, he is on plant-based, and that's why I mentioned Snoop, because he's funny, he's great, but he's on brand. He loves plant-based, and I was thinking, man, imagine him with you. Ooh, that's a winning
yeah,
solution right there. I would
yeah.
love that.
And we've been bringing it out slowly, and a lot of companies just like, oh, we got to talk. We have to talk to the Final Fit company. We got to talk to them because we got to find out about these products. Like Jason was talking to a company the other day. They use 400 pair of earplugs a day, right, Jason? I don't know if you people see him. Jason's on here.
Yeah, they'll
They
see
use
him.
400 pair of earplugs a day, and it's a food industry product, and they're all excited about this plant-based product, and so we're making it available to them there. And there's a lot of companies out there that they want to discover what a quality new product we have here.
Would this be like an early success for you? I know like when you're probably thinking of your lifetime within or the wins, if you will. Uh, is there an early win that stands out to you, and this might emulate that?
Well, I mean, I can go back to the hard times, when you have a job. I had a job that started at let me remember, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I worked till like 8 or 9, and then it was go back and work on earplugs after
Ah,
that, and have 2 kids in the process. It was tough,
wow.
and those days I can remember quite well, and it was very, very difficult. Money wasn't around like it is today. There's so much cash around today, and I mean, if the stock market made a 10-point move, that was the biggest thing for the month.
Yeah.
So of course today it's a whole different thing money wise. So that was the start. It was very difficult, and you had to actually fit every single person. It was almost hands-on every day with companies and get them to understand that what hearing protection was. It was the very, very beginnings of hearing
Hmm.
protection. I don't know, I was thinking of every product in the world I could. And eventually, I was able to create a foam bullet-shaped earplug, which nobody had, and it was one of the first ones with the skin on it and all that sort of thing, and started from the bottom, just from the very bottom, talk about it with people, had a little take it to the shows, show it around. It was really slow and difficult, but it's funny, in those early years, my dad was working for me. Charlie Leight was working as, which a lot of people know Charlie Leight from years ago. God bless him. He isn't here with us anymore, but he was a great guy, a good father to me. And I remember him calling me into the office, and I'm out in the plant trying to make these damn earplugs every day. They're really hard to make. And he called me in and he said to me, "Do you see this stack of paper on my desk?" And it was about that big. And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Those are purchase orders." And I said, "Yeah, that's 100 million pair of earplugs.
Wow.
That's what you have. That's what you created. Now you get the hell out there and make these damn things."
Oh, wow. What a motivator right there.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, it was a little scary in those days.
Wow. And that's so great. You had your dad involved, I believe, Chris, your brother, right? He's helping as well.
It's my son.
Oh, your son.
Actually, Chris is still with my original company and does a great job of with products over there. And so I hope I've been inspirational to him.
Oh, that's great. When your daughter's helping you there, you got the other one with the winery, and that's Malibu Oaks, right?
Malibu
The
Rocky,
Rocky
Oaks.
Oaks.
Yeah, you go online, it's on there.
See, my wife and I, we're full-time RVers, and part of that is every now and then we stay at wineries of the company called Harvest Host, and we actually love doing that because we'll just pull up with our travel trailer and we'll just hang out there. We go in and you can't pass a flight of wine from me, my wife. We are on it. So please tell me a story that I could win with my wife or my in-laws about wine. What's one thing that helped me win? Help me win a wine.
Well, I guess the only way I can help you win is I'll send you some wine.
Oh, okay. Sold.
Send you some wine and that'll help you win.
All right. I'll take any leg I could get up. Oh, this is so delightful. I really want to thank you so much. I mean, the only other thing I was thinking of, and you were showing us how to do, with the barrel one. It made me think, especially with the pinch fit, how did you come up with this? Where you have to put your hand over to the one side and stick it in with the air canal, because now you're going to have to, with the pinch fit, you're going to have to retrain a whole generation. So how'd you do that in the first place? How'd you figure that one out?
My dad did it.
No way.
Remember my dad was playing with hearing protection. I hate to say it, going way back to the Second World War. He was producing a small amount of earplugs and he was selling them to the shipyards in Long Beach, California during the war. They were building ships. And actually my dad was supplying with hearing aids, and they begged him, "Well, what can we do?" And because our guys end up with hearing aids because they're riveting steel. And my dad designed up an earplug for them, and he was making molding the ear product at that time. It wasn't an earplug, it was like a little molded thing that he used to use for hearing aids. And he was down there making a living, creating a pair of earplugs for each worker. And then he made a little earplug after that. He showed me, he reached overhead.
Oh, we lost him, but I'm sure he's going to come right back.
Michelle, every time I hear an interview with Howard, I hear something new and different. And I'm glad you asked about that reaching over. I didn't realize his dad was the originator.
His dad was the originator. Look at how many generations have been doing that and no one knew.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to say earlier, I wanted to speak up, but I didn't know I was going to be heard or seen on the government incentive question.
Yes.
We do know that federally, or federal level, state level, county, local, there are incentives. We will be providing the information as people pursue those. We will not be charging more for these earplugs because of that, because there was a temptation earlier saying, we know that people can get kickback or from the government for their green initiatives, et cetera. So,
Yes.
maybe we can charge more. We're not going to do that. We're going to be right on par with the major names that are out there. It's not going to cost anyone anything more.
Okay, where you left off with us, you're telling us about your dad and how he actually showed you the first time how to put it in on the airs.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was calling Jason for a second, put things back together again.
Yeah, I got your call.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. So that, those early years, he taught me a thing or two. And then he, in his late, what was it, Jason? 70s, 80s, my dad, late 80s, years old. And he was still running around the plant, right?
Handing out C's candy bars.
Oh yeah, my dad loved to give out Hershey bars. It was
yes.
He would go through
Yeah.
hundreds of workers with the giant boxes of Hershey bars. That was kind of a fun he did with the business. Besides, we take him out to the sales meetings and things like that. So he was always helpful over the years.
And that answers.
I think he was more known than me. Would you say this? How's your dad?
And that answers like one of my other questions is, truly, I always hear how important it is to staff around you, even if it's family and that your family is capable and you rather have them. Because for me, my daughter's helping me with stuff online, so I don't mind giving her my password and all that while she does her magic, and so I know finding help and keeping help. From my question would have been, how do you do it? But it seems to me that you seem to make sure that people who have been with you throughout the whole thing are back. You asked them to come back to help you with this product and you got them back on that. That seems so like it makes it where your learning curve for this new venture, this new business is going to be so much shorter because you got the old crew back.
Yes. And I know it's kind of not stopped there because a lot of people have been talking to Jason, and although the engineering staff is a whole new group of people under Tom Wagner, because it's all new engineering. We're getting into all new equipment that's all digital, all computerized. It's a whole different way to run a business. It's all automated. We have to automate today. And we're doing that. And so we do have some very, very good new people to help us out, make these very, very effective hearing protection that people need. So we're, we try to, not to just to sell all these products all the time, but that's what we're here for. We're here to introduce a product into the public. And I appreciate, Sheldon, you coming to help me out.
No problem.
Very big thing to me. Very, very important.
Yeah, no, you guys are truly in all the industries, all the different areas, and everywhere I go. And I know the soul sucking work you have to do to stay in a booth for any event. So it's all going to pay off right now, because truly this kind of product is not selling. It's truly just saying it's here. It's an arrival. It's been here. People have been wanting it. You actually cracked a code that no one else did. So it's not even selling. It's just, we wanted it anyway. Just give it. We got it. We'll take it.
Yeah, we're I think this my whole family members and a lot of them, they're going at this plant-based way. They're, the impossible burgers and things like that. They all want to try all these different ideas today. And, there's things I'm learning as well, introducing this product out there and Instagram and things like that, which I think we're on there by now, Jason.
Oh yeah, we're all over Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and everything else. We are out there every day. Yeah,
we're talking to people as much as we can, talking up protect the hearing and protect the planet. That's one of our mottos.
Oh man, that's a great motto. Hey, I noticed something. I don't know if you could talk about it, but brag on your team a little. That right hand has a championship ring on it. It looks like it is. Is that a team that you're allowed to brag about? I don't know, because every now and then when you have owners, they can't really, as a partial owner or whatever, they may not be able to say. But if they won enough to get you a ring, you might as well brag on your team, right?
Yes, and they make my life easier. Because years ago, I was the guy out on the earplug line, and I was always trying to make the best products. Where today, these gentlemen, that's where I'm working with, they know what a good earplug is. They know what to make the best product in the world, and they learned it, they understand it. So I don't have to spend my whole life doing that, because they do a better job than I do. And Jason, he does a better job than in sales. He knows more people, he knows where to go, he knows where to talk it up. And that's really a big help for me. I like to create things. I help out sales, but at the same time, I like to see what is coming next for me, or my company, Final Fit.
Yeah. And I mean, just a whole idea of it. I mean, it's been really, really wonderful. And I just just grateful that you're able to come on. So Jason, am I able to say it or no? Jason's got me on the chat box on the other side. So
yeah, he saw your championship ring, the Lakers ring. I think you got that from the Lakers themselves, I think, didn't you? Was that the Lakers?
Yeah, that rings, that team. I'm glad about the other team, though, because funny, that is true.
Normally, I take them off because they're always more of a conversational piece than what I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah.
Many years ago when we had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson and all those guys way back, I was a really big fan of the Laker team. Mm-hmm. And I ended up, they weren't very expensive that time. I had floor seats.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest thing happened, we used to go and have dinner called the Forum Club at that time. Mm-hmm. And Jerry Buss was there, the owner of the team. And so he took a liking to my dad, Charlie, come on in, let's have a good time together and whatever. And so it was really funny. He said, if we ever win the championships, I'm going to get you a ring. And I remember my father said, you're not going to just get me a ring. I'm going to get my sons a ring.
Oh, that is good dadding. That is good dadding right there.
Yeah, so I ended up with, they won quite a few championships in those days. And I was able to, he was nice enough to get some championship rings for us. We were big fans of the team. We get every night there. And met, all the players, were up on things. So we were so close to him and the team. So we were able to, when they won that championships, we were blessed to get some nice rings from him.
Oh, that's awesome. Here, look at my cup real quick, sir. I don't know if you can see this, but that's a Magic player. It's kind of like backwards over here for you.
Oh yeah.
So I always call the Magic the Lakers farm team. That's what I call the Magic. We're the Lakers farm team. They start with us and then they go to you.
Yeah, the funniest things, the rings go back quite a ways, and so people go, Jesus, how long ago was that? I said, don't even think about it.
That was back when you were breaking my heart by taking Shaq away from me in the middle of the night one summer. And little me was like, no, not Shaq. And then you did it again with Leight.
Yeah, when Shaq came along, that was some of the big times too. Big.
Yeah.
Big time. Big boss. I think I have a Boston and a Boston ring, Lakers Boston ring as well.
Excellent. And that was a really
put
good
away
series.
Somewhere safe. All my my kids go, hey Dad, don't forget me. Give me a ring. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Pass it around.
Yeah, there you go. Might as well, especially if there's grants coming in. What would you like to say for the for those listening, and especially for us consultants that are ready to just go ahead and jump on board? Because I'm like your daughter and your kids. I'm on the Beyond Burgers. I'm on 40 pounds now, lost just because I switched over to like more vegetarian and vegan in some ways. I still eat meat, but I'm not like, I try to make more vegan or vegetarian meals. My wife does, I should say. I'm just eating. but I'm so grateful to see products getting into this. So that's why I'm like, anything you got to say, please, sir. And I want to give you the opportunity, even if you want to tell us like, I don't know, but maybe there's a mistake that people are doing with your other products that you want to correct. I've seen some YouTube videos of people butchering your headphones. They're taking them out and they're putting stuff in it, and they're changing the whole. I'm looking at this thing thinking, the man made this for a reason. It's a system. What are you doing? So do you need to set anything straight?
Well, everything when it comes down to hearing protection is to make it very easy for the worker to insert it properly and wear it properly, so he gets the hearing protection level that he should be getting. And we try everything we can to promote that our product. The product will work. It'll do a great job if you put it in correctly. And that's what we spend a lot of time trying to educate the people how to wear their hearing protection. And we go to great lengths to do that. So that's really important to us. And then, of course, we're moving on to earth-friendly products. And then when you think about how many earplugs are sold, how many pairs are sold in the world around the whole globe, it's like Kleenex, it's a major amount. So what we were kind of trying to do, as I said before, I call the company Final Fit because we want to fit properly, want to be your final fit. And at the same time, we want to, what our job is to prevent climate change and try to make a product real friendly to the earth. And that's what we've done here.
Neither Mr. Howard Leight nor Final Fit Safety are affiliated with or part of Honeywell, Honeywell Safety Products, or Howard Leight Hearing Protection by Honeywell. Honeywell's products carry their own separate trademark. Final Fit's products are separate and distinct from any products made and sold by those entities.